A lot of you know about my homemade thing, and if you don't, you can look at it. One of the things that has become kind of a problem is I've set this back part up as my kitchen. And it only takes about 10 minutes to put everything in here. But it makes anything back there extremely hard to reach. So I was thinking what I really need is I need to change this side over here so there's a hatch. Well, upon measurements and such, I've kind of figured out a way I can do that without too much structural change. On the outside here, these clamps and these here hold the ladder, but the ladder can also slide up under here. So I'm thinking the ladder is going to move on top. The hatch will replace this window. It'll go from here to here, 36 inches long, and it'll lift up, and that'll give me access to all of this on this side of the truck. I think it'll be really helpful. The window's great. I like that it was original and it came with the original topper, and it was one of the few things that I saved. But a hatch is going to be a lot more practical. This is my flag holder. I will relocate that. It just is screwed into the HDP, and there is a beam in here. I might cut it and move it so that the water mount is mounted directly to the beam. Move that beam over and have the hatch right here. And then these here, which the ladder sets on while it's going down the trail, those also will be gone. So it'll enable me to keep the water here. I'll have the hatch door here. I'll have the diesel tank here still for the diesel heater. And the only thing I'll have to do is move the ladder to the top. So I'm going to start that project today. And then the other project is also on the topper. Is I've noticed that these have started to settle in a little bit. So I've actually got a metal plate that's going to go from here to here, that go across here, and then some spacers behind it, and it's going to push this back out and mount so that this doesn't keep bowing, because it's bowing because there's too much space between the HTP and the mounting plate on the other side. That's for the gas tank. And I just want it straight. I already have the mount in there for the gas, so I'll just have to change that around. Anyhow, that'll be what I do today. Start by removing that. See where I end up. This is the hatch, by the way, that I got. It is keyed, it's lockable, it's waterproof, and it'll go right inside. Plate, and I have a couple of mounting pieces underneath here that will finish that project. So the rotopack will be mounted to the outside of this, and then it'll be sandwiched on the other side with those two plates. Drill all of them exactly the same, so that'll be fun. And put them together so that when they sandwich, they hold that HDP straight, so it can't bow in even a millimeter. So that's my plan. Well, there's the hatch. Has a little bit of a sill above it. I haven't finished sealing everything, but now I'll be able to have full access to the inside of the truck from this side. And it's lockable. And I have to do a little bit of touch up, but I plan on touching up the topper anyway. It's had a number of years now of use, and I'm going to replace some trim on the bottom and clean up some of the holes, and it'll look good when I'm done. Anyhow, that was one thing. Yeah. A 1/4 inch between the bed. The door opens, and so the water will go there, diesel will go there. Okay, so this is what I did to strengthen up the HDP. Is I sandwiched the metal and put this on the outside. Keeps it from bowing so bad. It was getting quite a dip because I didn't have enough reinforcement behind it. It used to come back to this plate, but there was a big gap there, so I filled in the gap to space the plate, and that will hold it where it won't warp the side anymore. So anyhow, this is so if you're keeping track, I had about $500 into this whole thing, and that's including putting in the high lift jack and the high lift jack mount, and the axe and some of the tools in here. That brought me up to $500 altogether on this project, including the mounts and everything for everything, and the homemade stuff and the bags. And now the cost of the door was adding another $120 with it shipped, and the cost of adding that piece there was free because it was a scrap, and about $8 worth of paint, and a little bit of the most expensive part of that was the bolts. I went to the store and buy the bolts, $22 for the carriage bolts, 8 carriage bolts and 3 button head bolts, $28 with the nuts and washers. So anyhow, so that still has me under $600 for this topper, and I've been able to use it for 2 years now. So getting use out of it at the same time I'm adding to it. So when something's not working, that's the nice thing about building it yourself. You can come up with a plan that makes it work better. All right.